Klatu Buradunik 2, howdy. I am Omart, son of Gort, and your representative from Local 2, 3, 5, 4, 7 of the United Brotherhood of Intelligent Agents and Robots. I have been deployed here to assist you with the features, options and information associated with the X-Help Project Roundup report. The first thing I should explain is that, based on the default settings, this report will pull back all the open tasks created since January 1, 2010, with the exception of those assigned to the help desk. You will immediately notice a small graphic illustrating the breakdown of the estimated development hours associated to each department. As you scroll down a little further, you will see the control panel. This will allow one to pull back a list of open tasks utilizing refined selection criteria. Starting with search, you may enter a keyword, and then click Submit. The process will then search and retrieve all the open tasks that have that keyword contained within the task, subject, or description. This is handy for those of us suffering from CRS or dementia and interested in finding specific tasks. The project roll-up is used to retrieve tasks by a given project identifier. A project roll-up is assigned to tasks when they are entered. Frequently, one development task can lead to another, and then another, and before you know it, what started as a single task can turn into a full-blown project. The project roll-up serves two purposes. It allows for a summary of effort that results in the final deliverable, and it provides accounting with the option to capitalize that effort. That is one of the magic things they do in accounting to help manage cost. Next up is Requester. This is pretty simple. When a task is entered, the entry includes the name of the person who made the request. So if you want to see all the requests made by a specific person, pick the name from the drop-down. The department selection works in pretty much the same fashion. When the task is entered, a department is associated with a task. To see all the tasks associated with a given department, just pick the department you are interested in from the drop-down, and then click on Submit. The priority assignment is also managed at ticket entry, and can be changed at any time in X-Help. It reflects the priority associated with the task, from the standpoint of IT. This is frequently different from the perceived priority of the requester. We will cover that a little later, but for now, suffice it to say, you may retrieve projects by selecting the priority you are interested in, and then clicking on Submit. Some of you, with Webmaster Authority, will see an option to assign a roll-up. This is a utility that may be used to group a number of pre-selected tasks after the fact. The selected tasks would be reviewed, and the selection confirmed in the Report Details section. The selected tasks will be updated with the value entered in the Assign Roll-Up entry. It would require one to click on the Update button, rather than the Submit button. Note that this feature would only be used occasionally, when one task turns into several, and the notion of a project was not immediately evident. This feature would likely be used in collaboration with accounting, and the desire to capitalize effort. The one other option for webmasters, and not visible to all users, is the checkbox selection, to show null roll-ups, i.e., tasks entered without any roll-ups assigned. There should be none. Next we have Reported, and the Submit button. The Submit button submits the selection criteria you entered for processing, and the results are then displayed below the control panel. As we conclude the discussion on the control panel, we have the opportunity to select a different date range. As I mentioned earlier, the default is set to begin January 1, 2010, to today. You may elect to narrow that selection, or go back further. And finally, the last option is to see tasks based on status. The default is set to show Open, but the options allow for All, Closed, Hold, and Beta. You may ask your friendly IT representative to explain how these status indicators are assigned and used. Now let's proceed to the display of results. As you can see here, all results, regardless of your selection criteria, are organized and displayed by project roll-up. Additionally, you will see the description of the project roll-up and the total estimated hours for all the tasks currently associated with the project. If you click on the project description, you will see, in greater detail, what the project encompasses. If you click on the plus sign next to the roll-up ID, you will find the task detail, including, among other things, subject, description and estimated hours. There is also a column indicating the departmental priority. This value assists your friendly IT representative, and is important when selecting a task to work on in a given project. The value is typically assigned by someone in the department, someone familiar with the projects and tasks being worked on by IT. This value may be entered or changed by clicking on the task number. This will result in a pop-up that allows one to select a priority. When finished, click the Submit button and the departmental priority will be updated. Last but not least, you will find two other graphics, one illustrating the task hours assigned to each developer, the other depicting hours by roll-up. So in conclusion, let me just state that I, Omar, son of Gort, like all my brethren at Local 2, 3, 5, 4, 7 of the United Brotherhood of Intelligent Agents and Robots, was created to protect and serve. I hope you find what was presented here helpful and informative. If so, please send your accolades to the union offices. If you found the presentation dumb, tedious or an annoyance in any way, please let the cheesehead in Wisconsin know. We did try to warn him.